Hey YouTube, Gallagher123123 back with another video for you all. And this is a very special one for me, and I'm super excited to bring this to you. I'm very excited to introduce you to my new Mac app called ChimeKeeper. Now, if you've been a follower of this channel for a while, you probably know that I love chiming clocks and have a small collection. Well, for many years, I have wanted an app on the Mac that would basically turn my Mac into a chiming clock. Now, there was one a long time ago called Clock Chimes, and I used to use it. It was okay. The audio quality wasn't the greatest, but it worked. But then that got discontinued, and I haven't found anything since. So I thought it was time to get something that would do this and do it better. Okay, so I'm excited to take you on a tour of ChimeKeeper, and we're going to get into this right now. Now, I don't usually note this in my videos, but I'm going to in this case, that I will be using the VoiceOver screen reader to help me navigate and use this app. And this app is fully accessible with VoiceOver, of course, so let's go ahead and get into it. I'm going to open this from my dock.
ChimeKeeper, 24 of 28.
And there it is. It's called ChimeKeeper. Let's go ahead and open it. I'll press enter.
Finder. Application. ChimeKeeper settings window. Westminster.
And we are in the settings window.
Sound pack. ChimeKeeper.
Okay.
Sound Westminster output device. Same as system. Pop output Westminster.
So now that we're in it,
ChimeKeeper.
let's take a look.
Sound pack. Westminster mantle menu button.
The first thing we come to is a menu for sound packs. This is one of the features I am very excited about, but we'll come back to that in a moment.
Output device. Same as system. Pop-up button.
We have an option here to change the output device, so if you have headphones or perhaps a Bluetooth speaker or something like that. I assume if you have Airfoil, which is a program that lets you send sound to AirPlay, that should also work here.
Volume.
We have an option for volume.
100% slider. Test current hour chime button.
And we'll try that in a minute. Then we have a test button. So this will allow you to verify that things are sounding the way you want them to sound. Now if we continue to move through the app, we'll get to some customization options. Now there's not a lot here. I want this to be a very simple app, and I think you'll find that's what we have here.
Chime settings.
So now we have the chime settings, and we have
Enable hour chime checked checkbox.
the checkbox to enable the hour chime.
Enable :15 chime checked checkbox.
Quarter past the hour chime.
Enable :30 chime checked checkbox.
Half past the hour.
Enable :45 chime checked checkbox.
And like quarter till chime. So all of these are customizable. You could have this play every hour only if you wanted it, or up to 15 minutes, which is what you would typically want for a Westminster chime.
Schedule button.
And finally, the last thing we have is a schedule.
Schedule button.
We'll come back to that. Let's hear what this sounds like.
ChimeKeeper. Sound pack. Westminster mantle menu button.
So this comes bundled with a very high quality Westminster mantle clock. So it's not MIDI, it's nothing like that. I wanted a very high quality chime, and I think you'll like this one. So let's go ahead and hear it.
Output device.
And we can do that by going to
Same volume 100 test current hour chime button.
the test current hour chime button. So if I activate this with Control Option Space, it will play. So let's listen. And there you go. There's the full, I let it fade down and everything so you could hear it. It is, so that's the 1 o'clock chime, as it is now 1:55 at the time that I'm recording this. So it's actually going to go off soon, which is great. I can allow you to see that it works.
Chime settings. Enable hour chime checked checkbox. Enable :15 chime checked checkbox.
So All the chimes are currently enabled, which is good. We'll leave it that way.
Enable :30 chime checked checkbox. Enable :45 chime checked.
So let's say now we have it customized the way we like it. What I can do here, this is one of the powers of ChimeKeeper. If I press Command W to close this.
Finder, desktop empty group has keyboard focus. Finder, desktop empty group.
We are back in Finder and we're on the desktop. And notice by Command Tab.
OBS, Finder, Finder.
There's no ChimeKeeper there. And the reason for that? It's in the menu extras. So if I go to the menu extras, I'll use Control-Option-M twice.
Menu bar Apple. Status menus, ChimeKeeper status menu.
Well, look at that. We have a ChimeKeeper menu extra. So if I activate this with Control-Option-Space, menu
ChimeKeeper selected.
Pops open.
Open settings.
And we have two items here. Open settings.
Quit.
And quit. So you have easy access to your settings here, and you can quit it.
Open settings.
So let's open settings, and you'll see.
Application, ChimeKeeper settings window, Westminster mantle menu button.
We're placed right back in the app where we were. Now, before I cover sound packs, I do want you to get to see that ChimeKeeper does work, and it will play the correct chime. So we're approaching 2 p.m. here as I record this. So let's go ahead and close this window.
Finder, desktop empty group has keyboard focus.
I love the fact that it can just run quietly in the background.
Finder.
And we'll give this a couple minutes, and you'll hear at 2 o'clock, ChimeKeeper will go off, and it will play the Westminster chimes. Then we'll come to sound packs, and I'm sure you're all curious about that. Okay, it's currently 1:59, so we'll wait for ChimeKeeper to go off, which I expect will happen any time now. And there you have it. 2 o'clock, and you heard 2 chimes there for 2 o'clock, so it worked as we would hope it would. So there it is. That's ChimeKeeper, but not really. We still have actually 2 more important features to look at. So let's go ahead and take a look at them. And you'll notice if we go back into ChimeKeeper settings.
Menu bar Apple. Status menus, ChimeKeeper, open settings, ChimeKeeper.
We have
output of Westminster sound pack.
A sound pack option.
Westminster mantle menu button.
And currently it says Westminster mantle. If I select this,
Westminster mantle, add new pack ellipsis.
We have those 2 options, Westminster mantle and add pack.
Westminster mantle, add new pack ellipsis.
And if we select add new pack, we will get a Finder, open dialog, where we can choose the pack that we want to add. But before we do that, I want to cover how sound packs work and how you create them.
Westminster mantle menu button.
So we'll leave this open. I'll go ahead and close this window again.
Finder, desktop.
And we are in Finder. That's the beauty of this app, is it will run completely in the background. You can just go about using your computer and not even think about ChimeKeeper until, of course, you hear it. So let's go ahead and look. I have a folder of sound packs. So let's go ahead and go into that folder. Oops.
OBS, Finder.
Okay.
Documents, win.
I'm going to go to my
ChimeKeeper packs folder, March 3rd.
ChimeKeeper packs. There it is. And I will open this.
List view table.
And I'm going to select
Westminster grandfather folder, Westminster Howard Miller triple chime folder.
This Westminster Howard Miller triple chime. This is the one we'll import to ChimeKeeper in a moment, but I'm opening it first to show you the structure of what we need here.
List view table.
Now this clock, when you hear it, might sound familiar, again if you've been watching my channel for a while, because this is a recording of the Westminster mode on my Howard Miller triple chime clock, which I reviewed back in 2017. So that's what this is. I captured all of the hours, and all the chimes are right here. So let's go ahead and take a look at this and see the files that are in it. So now the folder's open, I'm just going to use down arrow to review the contents.
1.wav waveform audio.
So we have files for each hour.
2.wav waveform, 3.wav, 4.wav, 5.wav waveform audio, 6.wav waveform audio, 7.wav waveform audio, 8.wav waveform audio, 9.wav waveform audio, 10.wav, 11.wav, 12.wav waveform audio.
So we have those. Then we have 3 more files, which are simply named
15.wav waveform audio,
15.wav,
30.wav waveform audio,
30.wav,
45.wav wave,
45.wav. And of course, the point of those are the quarters. So, for example, if we play
15.wav,
15.wav, I'll press the spacebar to open Quick Look.
1.
There it is. That's what 15.wav plays, and that plays a quarter past each hour. If I go down to 30, so each file has the correct chime in it. So if we select 3,
4.45.30.1.1.10.8.7.6.5.4.3.wav wave,
I'll play 3.wav, and we should hear
3.
So there it is. That was the correct file, which will be played at 3 a.m. and p.m. So I think overall it's a very straightforward format that you need to use for these. And so a full proper clock pack would have 15 files in it. That's how this works. So it's a bit different than something like Steve's Talking Clock on Windows, if you're familiar with that, where there are a lot more methods to it. This is a very simple, meant to be used for clock chimes.
List view table, row 4 of 16, 3.
Okay, so that's a look at this one. Now, I'm going to pop open another pack that I have.
List view table.
Just to show that you can add ones that don't have all the files. So if you have a clock that you want to record, perhaps, that only has an hour chime, that's okay. You can just leave out 15, 30, 45, and the app will take it, and it will play just fine. So I'll show you one that I have that's like that.
Seiko Melodies in Motion folder.
I have a folder of Seiko Melodies in Motion, which are beautiful musical clocks.
List view table. Seiko Melodies in Motion classical group 1 folder.
And here's a folder of
List view.
12.
1.wav waveform audio, January 21st, 9.w111.12.w.
Took these from a YouTube video just to test these. So
2.wav, 1.wav wave.
if I play them for a second,
1. List.
so it would play the tune on the hour. But there are no quarters here, so it's just the hour chimes. And ChimeKeeper will take it, and it will work just fine. Okay, so that's a bit of how the sound packs are actually created.
Desktop.
Let's see how they work in ChimeKeeper. So I will go ahead and open the ChimeKeeper settings.
Menu bar Apple. Status menus. ChimeKeeper status menu. Open settings.
And we'll go to Open Settings.
ChimeKeeper settings window. Westminster mantle menu button.
And here's the menu. Let's press Control-Option-Space.
Westminster mantle. Add new pack ellipsis.
And we have Add New Pack. So if I press Enter to select this,
In dialog, open list view table.
I'm going to go to Documents.
List view table. ChimeKeeper packs folder.
And I'll use Command down arrow to open this.
List view table. Beep beep folder. December.
And here are the various packs that I've made.
Fast beep folder. Say Ico Melodies and Motion folder. Westminster Grandfather folder. Westminster Howard Miller Triple Chime folder. Genuine.
And here's Howard Miller Triple Chime Westminster. So if I press enter,
Westminster Howard Miller Triple Chime menu button.
Notice that we are immediately placed on that pack, so it's using it now.
Sound pack. Westminster Howard Miller Triple Chime menu. Delete selected pack button.
And now, since we've loaded something custom, we have a delete option, so we can delete it. The Westminster Mantle pack is included with the app, and that is not removable, because I always want there to be something. So, but we can test this now. If I
output device, same as system volume, 100% slider.
If I
test current hour chime button.
This, well, we should hear 2.wav from that Howard Miller. And there it is. The other thing we can do while it's playing,
100% slider.
We have the volume slider.
In slider, 90%, 40%, 30, 20, 10%, 0%, 10%, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60%.
And so I've interacted with that, and it works.
Set 80, 90, 100%.
So you can do volume adjustment right there.
Out of slider.
Let's go ahead and add another pack.
Volume, same as system. Output, delete. Westminster Howard Miller Triple Chime menu button. Westminster Mantle.
So now if we go into the menu, we have Westminster Mantle.
Westminster Howard Miller Triple Chime.
Westminster Howard Miller.
Add new pack ellipsis.
Add new pack.
In dialog, open list beep, fast beep, say Ico Melodies and Motion folder.
Okay, so this has multiple folders, so we need to go into this. So I'll use command down arrow.
List view, table, say Ico Melodies and Motion Classical Group 1 folder.
And let's add this pack in.
Say Ico Melodies and Motion Classical Group 1 menu button.
Now remember, this one does not have quarters, so it's in there now.
Delete output of same volume 100 test current hour chime.
We can test it. So that's there.
Chime settings.
And one thing in this current version is you'll still see all of the options for the quarters.
Enable hour chime checked checkbox.
But
enable :15 chime checked.
Of course, there's no 15-minute chime.
Enable :30 chime.
Don't have one for that.
Enable :45 chime check.
So it's not going to error or cause problems that they're not here, but you will still see these options, and that's something I will add in a future version.
Schedule button
is so that those are hidden if they're not, if they don't apply. Okay, so two more quick things.
ChimeKeeper, sound pack, say Ico Melodies and Motion Classical Group 1 menu button.
Let's just look at how deleting a pack works.
Delete selected pack button.
So there's the delete selected pack. If I press Control Option Space.
In dialog, alert cancel button. Delete pack. Are you sure you want to delete? Say Ico Melodies and Motion Classical Group 1. This cannot be undone.
So it tells us which pack we're deleting.
Cancel button. Delete say Ico Melodies and Motion Classical Group 1 button.
And we have the delete button, so I'll press the delete button.
ChimeKeeper sound pack. Westminster Mantle menu button output device.
And it set us back to Westminster Mantle.
Sound pack Westminster Mantle menu button.
Which is the default. So now if we go in.
Westminster Howard Miller triple add new pack ellipsis.
We have the two packs.
Westminster Howard Miller triple chime. Westminster.
Now these get added in to the app content, so you don't need to keep your folder in the documents folder, for example. If you remove it, it's fine. It won't affect ChimeKeeper at all. So if you want to get rid of one from ChimeKeeper, you'll want to use the delete pack button.
Delete selected pack button.
Which is right there, right next to the selector. Okay, so the last few things we'll just take a quick look at.
Output device, same as system, pop-up button.
Is output device, so if we go into this.
Menu checkmark, same as system.
We have all of our standard options that we would expect.
Zoom audio device, jump desktop audio, jump desktop microphone, CA default device aggregate 1401's MacBook Pro speakers, external headphones, checkmark, same as system. Same as system, pop.
And these do work. So we'll leave it on same as system, but that feature is here and available.
Volume, 100% slider.
Okay, so we're approaching 2:15 now, as I'm recording, so we'll actually get to hear this go off with the Howard Miller pack.
Test current hour chime settings.
But while we're doing that, let's take a look at the scheduler.
Enable schedule button.
Because I believe that's the one area we haven't looked at yet. So let's go ahead and do that.
Chime schedule in popover. 8 items limit active hours checked checkbox.
And the scheduler is actually enabled already because I must have already done that in this user account.
Start time.
So
Limit active hours. Checked. Checkbox.
by default, that will be unchecked.
Chime. Limit active hours. Unchecked. Checkbox.
So let's go ahead and check it.
Start time. 8 a.m. Start time. Time area.
And this just uses a very standard macOS time adjustment. So let's say we want this to be 9 if I interact.
In time area.
And use Control Option Up.
9 a.m.
There we go. We set it to 9.
Out of time area. End time. 10 p.m. End time. Time area.
And I tend to like these to stay active till midnight. So let's say
End 10 p.m. End time.
interact with this again. Control Option Shift down arrow.
In time area. 11 p.m. 12 a.m.
And there's 12 a.m.
Out of time area. Chimes will only play between start and end time.
And it tells us that the chimes will only play between the start and the end time.
12 a.m. End time. 9 a.m. Start time. 9 a.m. Start time. Time area.
So there's 9 a.m.
End time. 12 a.m. End time. Time area.
12 a.m.
Chimes will only done button. Schedule button.
And that is the schedule. And so now any moment this is going to go off again. And there it is. 2:15. And that is ChimeKeeper. As you can see, it's a very simple Mac utility that plays clock chimes and it's just there. You set it, you can pretty much set it and forget it. That's all there is to it. You set it, forget it, and enjoy. And this is something that's been bringing me a lot of joy over the past few months. So I'm super excited to be able to share it with you all today. And if you're a Mac user that enjoys clock chimes, I hope you will consider giving ChimeKeeper a try. It is available today in the Mac App Store for $4.99. And when you purchase it, you'll get that default Westminster sound pack and all of these features that I demonstrated, the scheduler, the ability to load custom sound packs. It's all here and ready to go. And it's something that I've been just so enjoying. I mean, it's been so long since we've had an app like this for the Mac. And to have one that sounds, honestly, I would say it sounds pretty good. I think it's really an exciting thing. So I'll put a link to ChimeKeeper in the video description, and I hope you'll consider giving it a try, and if you like it, share it with your friends and encourage them to get ChimeKeeper. And of course, your feedback on it would be most welcome. I want this to be a reliable but simple app for Mac. That's my goal here. I feel that we've achieved that. Alright, thank you for watching this, and again, thank you so much for your support, both of this app and of course, for the channel as well. I look forward to you all getting your hands on ChimeKeeper and trying it out. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in an upcoming video.
Thank you for watching this video. If you found it helpful, please give the video a like, subscribe, and click the bell icon to get notified about upcoming videos. Follow me on Twitter at Gallagher123123. You can also find me on Mastodon at Gallagher123123 at dragonscave.space. Thank you again for watching. We will see you in an upcoming video.